One button dash is I used to love Mark Hamill, then I started following him on social media, and I hate him now. So here's the thing, and again, I say this all the time. There's a good reason why I don't do politics, you understand? A lot of these actors and actresses and people who are in the industry are very opinionated when it comes to politics. And so you follow them, and next thing you know, they're talking about politics constantly. And if you're not in agreement with their political stances, all of a sudden, you might start to not like that person, despite the fact you respect their work a ton. You may be like turned off to them now because of how they act outside of their work. So, you know, for me, the way I see it is, even if I don't necessarily agree on the stances of these people, I at least can respect, you know, their professional work. I try to separate the art from the artist, as they say. But at the same time, that's also why I stay away from politics at this point. I want nothing to do with saying something political, and then all of a sudden someone says, well, you know, I was your biggest fan for 15 years, but I don't agree on that political stance, therefore I can never watch you ever again, and I hate you. I think that's stupid. I'll be honest. I think that in life, you can agree to disagree, and you can respect people who even have very different opinions from you on issues. And you can still like that person for the things that they've done in life that you respect. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people aren't like that. To them, it's black and white. Either I like you or I hate you. Well, wait, what? If in life, all you have is I like you or I hate you, you're going to be very lonely. Because most people, you're not going to outright love or hate. You understand what I mean? Like, there's going to be things you like and you don't like about people. And the more you get to know a person, people are very nuanced, they're very complex, many layers like an onion, right? You got to learn that. It's not just, oh, well, everything we are in agree with or we hate each other. That's fucking stupid, very immature mentality. But sadly, there's a lot of people who are adults who act like small kids. They never grew up. They never learned this shit. And so they act like that. So for me, you know, well, Mark Hamill, maybe I don't agree with every political thing he says, but I love him as Luke. I love him as the Joker in all the things he's voice acted. And I can still like that. You see? Well, Sarah, now here you go, and here's where you get into the nitty-gritty of it. Sarah says, do you think it's possible to respect someone that supports racist or homophobic politics? And here's where we get into it, right? Because you're right. There could be issues that you determine are so divisive that you just can't forgive someone, right? Like, you guys know me. I've always said, I feel that it doesn't matter what your gender, your sexuality, whatever your preference is, you should still be able to get married. Like, I believe that. I think that everyone has a right to be happy, and everyone has a right to live their life in happiness, and should be able to have this union. I don't see the reason why you can't get married just because you're gay or you're trans. I don't get that. And a lot of people are like, oh no, marriage is just a man and a woman, okay? That's just one philosophy that I've had. And I've always said that, by the way. That's not something new. I've always said that publicly, okay? But that's one of the things. What if someone says, well, no, I firmly believe that marriage is just between a man and a woman. Well, I said, well, are you homophobic? Well, are they? I don't know. That's a subjective question. Do you find that homophobic if someone staunchly believes that marriage should only be between a man and a woman, right? So now, if someone said that publicly, does that mean you can no longer respect anything they've ever done? Do you hate them as an actor? Do you hate them as a person? Do you know, it's crazy. That's how society is, right? That sadly, you can't just disagree with someone, but then continue to respect them for what you liked them for to begin with, right? What do you like chicken sandwiches? I love chicken sandwiches. I think they're amazing. You want to know one of the best chicken sandwiches out there you can get is from Chick-fil-A. But did you know that Chick-fil-A is also a company that's based in a lot of religion? So if you're anti-religious, does that mean you can never eat at Chick-fil-A? But the chicken sandwich is amazing. Why don't you just fucking go there and eat the sandwich and say fuck the politics and religious bullshit and just eat the sandwich, right? But people can't seem to separate these things. Everything has to be intertwined constantly, and that's, you know, it's just crazy. That's true. Dabhand says Papa John's turned out to be a pretty bad racist. Do we all hate pizza now? Well, you know what happened? They kicked him out of the company. And he was the spokesperson for the company. And then they exposed all this racist shit that he was saying to people behind the scenes. And then they kicked him out of the company. And now he's pissed because now basically he has no control over the company at all. And he's all upset. And he even slams them. Oh, this pizza sucks now. Oh my goodness. Anyway,